Fast 29 brings you the United States Online Racing League Track and Turf Truck Series from Phoenix, Arizona. It's the penultimate race of the championship, the Brain Development 125. One more chance to get in the championship race next week, and this is your Countdown to Green presented by Cure SMA. Chris Pickett here with you, as always, alongside my buddies Dale Barham and Jamie Zalecki. Gentlemen, good evening. It's going to be one of those rock'em sock'em races. I just have a feeling tonight. I don't know why I have that feeling tonight, but when you have a playoff hope on the line, wild stuff potentially can happen. Dale, what do you think about this one tonight?
I mean, it's Phoenix too, Electric Boogaloo. It's going to be amazing racing. I'm not a fan of the dog leg. We'll see how these guys handle that with the trucks. I think they'll have a bit of an easier time to a degree with these than they had the cars a couple days ago. Hopefully we're going to get a good race.
Jamie, what do you think about pit strategy tonight? Do you go for the undercut, the overcut? Are you looking for just trying to get as many points as you can, or are you going for the win?
I think it depends on who you are on the track tonight. You can see we've dropped back down to our standard 3 sets of tires, so I don't think we're going to be going too crazy. But if you're on the bubble or you're outside looking in, you're doing everything you can to get the win. If you're Steven Merzlak, maybe you try the undercut, maybe you try the overcut. You're already going to, the next track where the championship's decided, so you're locked in. If you're Shane Terrian, well, he's the one that's challenged me pretty much every week, because Oval Racing, I've always said, you do the undercut, you pit first, and you succeed. Outside of rare occasions, if you run it extra long on the overcut, and Shane's out here doing the overcut all the time, making it work. So I think we're going to see some different strategies here tonight. We're definitely going to see some chaos. We've been watching practice, and these trucks look pretty dangerous off of old turn 4. They look like they're really, really loose, and we've seen a lot of drivers have to roll off the backups already tonight.
Yeah, we've had a lot of spins and a lot of damaged goods already early on in this practice session tonight. Track conditions tonight, it's a warm one. We're in the desert, 89 degrees, track temperature 94, but it's a dry heat, as they say. And the surface is also dry, so that's always a plus out here. Not too much wind out there either, so Tommy Bordeaux is rejoicing, so that's good. So looking forward to a good night here tonight. Let's take a look at those point standings as they come into this one tonight. Blake Trawick and Steven Merzlak are the two at the top, and they've moved on to Las Vegas. Shane Terrian in a pretty good spot to point his way in if he doesn't win. Matthew Rodriguez sitting on the bubble coming in. He's only 3 points clear of Dylan Poteet. Garrett Sidnor, Matt Muir, and Huang Do, they're pretty much in must-wins. I don't believe they can point their way in from where they're at with the number of drivers we have here tonight. But we will have to see how everything shakes out. But right here, right at the bubble, these two guys right here, they're the ones going to be fighting for it unless we have a repeat winner. Oh, excuse me, a new winner. That's going to be the question mark tonight.
Yeah, those Shane and Blake have been battling head-to-head for most of this postseason run for that top spot. You know, watching a practice session, 2 of them also claim the top spot as far as speeds. So it's going to be an interesting night between those two.
Absolutely. Well, practice just ended. They're about to get ready for qualifying out here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight on Fast 29. Definitely join us in the chat. We'll be possibly doing some... Hey, Ray's already there. Hi, Ray Tustin. He's already joined us in the chat tonight. But feel free to join in, chime in with us as the race goes on. We might pop up a poll or something here tonight as well. Get you guys involved. The Brain Development 125, guys.
Yeah, good thing we're in Phoenix, because here in Kalamazoo, we certainly don't have any of that, as I prove every day on my commute to and from the office.
Brain Development or 125?
We have neither.
You have nothing. Yes, that's true.
You have none.
Yes. We do want to make mention real quick of a little thing that happened last week in the Cup Series. It doesn't apply to tonight, but we did want to mention it real quick. Steven Merzlak you might have listened to the radio replay from last week between him and Tyler Rush. There was some definite beef taking place between those two last Thursday night. It led to an intent wreck during the Darlington race in the Cup Series, and Steven Merzlak has actually been handed a 2-race suspension in the Cup Series. So he is here tonight. He is still racing for the championship in the Truck Series, but he will be having a 2-week vacation on the Cup Series. And Tyler Rush has been placed on probation, I believe, through the end of the season, I believe, as well. So little news on that side. Since we won't be broadcasting Thursday night, we wanted to go ahead and let you guys know of that before we broadcast next week in the Cup Series.
Yes, luckily, you know, for Merzlak, you know, it's not the heat of the playoffs. It's not the race to get in. It's earlier in the season. Even though it's 2 races, it's still a hurdle he can overcome because he's just like the Truck Series and the Cup Series. He hasn't running well, you know, top 5s, top 10s, so he should be able to make up that gap.
The question mark is how much of a gap is he going to have, because you can't win it in the Cup Series. It's straight points over there. So I don't know how the wild card aspect will work with that. Maybe he'll get a couple wins in there and if he can't point his way into the top 10, maybe he can be one of those 2 wild card spots. So we'll see what happens there.
And don't forget, guys, that we also have the secret Fast 29 vote. But overall, my thoughts, Dale, you shared yours, Chris, you shared yours. My thoughts on that situation from last week. It's very simple. It's no comment, skull emoji. And I think Steven would appreciate that.
We talked about that off broadcast. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. So looking at who's here right now, I don't see Huang Do out there. I don't see Garrett's here. Shane's here. Matt's here. The other Matt's here. So I think Huang is the only one outside looking in that's not here. So I guess he feels that, watch him show up here in a minute. That'd be kind of funny. But I'm wondering if he's thinking, it's Phoenix, I'm done. All right, we want to give a shout out. We want to give a shout out real quick. He's on the track right here. Dale, we're going to go ahead and jump into this real quick because this is a special paint scheme of the race right here.
This is my scheme of the race. This is Bronson Stafford in the 88 Toyota Tundra. Condolences go out to him as well. He recently lost his grandfather this past weekend. I feel for him. I know it's like he was a grandparent you're really close to, but tonight he's running the 88 in honor of his grandfather's favorite driver, which was Dale Jr.
And the crazy part about that, well, not crazy, it's more fitting. As Dale said, Dale Jr. fan, and he passed away on August the 8th, 8/8. So very, very fitting for that. But definitely our thoughts and prayers go out to the Stafford family, and hope he has a good run tonight. Looks like he's qualified P3 right now, so a good starting spot for that 88. And he'll be running the 88 tonight, and he will be running, of course, unfortunately we won't be seeing the Bristol race, but he's going to be running the 88 on Thursday night as well in memory of his grandfather. So definitely want to give that a shout out tonight.
And I do think he will drive like a man on a mission. We saw Blake earlier or recently this past season with the loss of his dog, you know, drove in honor of him with the scheme he currently is still running both in Truck and Cup. You know, that same weekend he came up with a win in Cup, can win in Truck. You know, hopefully Bronson's got his grandfather looking down at him as he's behind the wheel tonight.
Yep, absolutely. It's kind of cool how the healing process begins on the track. It's kind of cool how that all kind of shakes out. I had a special paint scheme. My first win in the ISRL was with a paint scheme that I did in memory of Adam Petty and a miscarriage that my wife and I had. It was I think it was I'm trying to think when that was. I want to say it was the 5-year anniversary of that, and we won at Greenville, Spartanburg, for our first one in the ISRL. So that was very, very cathartic. It was very good to do that. So there's another good paint scheme tonight.
I tried to take that win home for you that one weekend when we were at, I think, Nashville, as the Goose and the Poachie go around and bring the mirror with them.
That was the coolest wreck ever. Oh no, Matt! Oh man! Wow, that was amazing. They synchronized spun and then decided to add one. That was the coolest thing ever. Did want to mention real quick, we're going to see if we can find him real quick here. Oh, he's spinning. Ryan Tovar, he's in a special paint scheme tonight. The 23. He is actually from the Phoenix area. He actually lives, this is no joke, he actually lives directly behind the track. So he wanted to have us mention that tonight, that he can actually hear the cars when they're racing. He can hear them right from his garage. So I believe he said it's right outside of what's now turn 1, but don't hold me that. I may have it backwards. So Ryan, let me know later if I got that wrong.
That is always a fun experience. I remember when we first moved here, a couple miles from the racetrack. This is when they, it was Gen 4 era. Those X pipes, man, I could hear them outside constantly. I wish the cars had X pipes again so I could hear them again, but it's a lot quieter with a next gen car. So NASCAR, bring back the X pipes so next door neighbors can get pissed off about moving by a racetrack.
I think they're trying to avoid that now, but I feel you.
Well, boys, we are listening into the drivers' meeting, and you both know what's coming here. Can one of you help me out? I don't know where the start-finish line is tonight. I don't see it on that long straightaway where we usually see it.
Well, let's see if we have something that can help you with that. There's the cactus cam.
Cactus cam.
Okay,
Yeah.
And there's the start-finish line right here. There's that. Let's see if we have a better view of it. Nope, that's the wrong direction. That's the wrong direction. Starter cam. Okay, that kind of helps if we could just turn it around.
That's the flag stand.
Let's go blimp view. There we go. Right there is the start-finish line.
That is not where it belongs. And
No.
I
At
demand
the
it be moved
entrance.
back.
The entrance of the dog leg.
It belongs right over here.
Not there either.
At the end of the dog leg, where should it be?
Right.
No,
Here?
it should be.
It's like Talladega. Let's put it here.
Illustrate, but it should be right there in the middle
Right
of that
there.
long
We
straightaway.
know.
Yes.
We know. Right there. Right there.
That's where it
Actually, let's put it
belongs.
here.
So that'd be
Let's
the
make
back
it. Let's make there two. Remember the restart lines? Let's put one there, one there.
We don't need another Harvick line.
Yeah, let's put one there. Let's put one here. Let's put one here, and then we'll just have a vote.
Fan vote for which
Start-finish line would you
use?
use?
I'm in.
You would be in. And ratings plummet.
Look, his option is much cheaper than mine. I would just remove the dog leg.
Mine would be way more expensive. I would just remove the whole thing.
Yeah, agree.
There we go. All right. Never have been a fan, unfortunately, of Phoenix, but it does, as far as driving it goes, but it does occasionally put on some pretty decent shows. So we'll hope for one here tonight. Now, one thing that we have not mentioned tonight is these trucks. You might be accustomed to seeing these guys cut the dog leg on the backstretch, but yours truly did some laps around this place this week, and my goodness, do you get loose going into the dog leg if you cut it. So I don't know how many guys we'll see go down there. It's also very, very loose underneath the yellow line. You might see this on, or you have seen it on the real broadcast, where you go underneath the yellow line through 1 and 2 in the fat part of the track over there, and it is extremely loose down there as well. So not for sure how brave some of these guys might be tonight. We'll have to stay tuned on that.
Good.
Good.
We literally just saw Tovar almost lose it entering pit lane on that part of the track. So.
All right, warm-up is finishing up. We'll see these guys start gridding up momentarily, and we'll get you to our starting grid here in just a moment.
And some picks.
Oh, yes, we got to do our picks as well. All right. As they begin to grid up here.
Under the lights.
Yeah, the lights are on now. Looking around the track. It's all quiet. Let's take a look at that starting grid tonight. Brought to you, as always, by Johns Peterson, a Jamie Zalecki company. Shane Terrian, pole sitter tonight alongside Dallas Frew. Row 2, Racing for his grandfather, Bronson Stafford, alongside Matt Muir. There's the No One Outbacks the Webster Award, and I don't know why the cars didn't pop in, but it's Tyler Rush and Garrett Sidnor. And we're kind of glitching up on our overlays here, but we do have the correct order, so we'll keep going here. Steven Merzlak alongside Darren Ingram. Row 5, Dylan Poteet and Matthew Rodriguez on the bubble tonight. Row 6, Blake Trawick and Joey Chapman. Row 7, Doug Denice and Cam Barnes. Row 8, Ryan Tovar and Zach Krastowski. Row 9, Austin Spencer and Michael Murata. And in the final row, it's Henrietta Bordeaux. There also was a reduction in the length of this race as well, 125 laps for this one tonight. It was listed as 150 laps, so they generously gave us 25 laps of our time back tonight, so we definitely appreciate that, guys. All right, who you got? Let's make it quick.
Shane Train, 38's getting her done.
Jay? Dale?
I'm gonna probably go with Garrett Sidnor.
I'm going Stafford. He's doing it for his grandpa tonight. Here we go.
Green flag.
Green flag in the air. We're racing for a championship potential at Phoenix. Well, they got brave early and cut that dog leg. They just made a liar out of me as they go 3 and 4 wide going into turn 1.
Ooh, 72 and 88 made contact right there. Is 27. I'm sorry about that. Tries to make it back on track on the dog leg.
Clean first lap. Shane Terrian leads it.
Still a couple drivers cutting that dog leg pretty significantly there.
They're braver than me. That's all I can say. Of course, it doesn't take much.
Went side by side the whole way through this last lap.
Yellow.
Trouble on the front. I'm going into 1.
So what you got
Or,
going
excuse
on
me,
out there, bud?
3. I already screwed it up, Jamie. Austin Spencer and Doug Denice.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you this time.
Whoa, look at the pace truck zooming.
Wow, holy moly.
Oriole Servia's got the pedal to the metal tonight, boys.
He does. Wow. Yeah, it looks like we've lost like half of our graphics here for some reason, so we'll see if we can work on that here. We take a look back and see what happened here, and then we'll reboot it. We have the sound effects. We don't have the graphics. That's new. Here we go. Off turn 2. It's gonna happen right in here. Jamie, we were hoping nobody noticed that, but thank you.
Oh, Spencer
wow.
just missed his braking point, I think.
Yep, right into the back of Doug Denice and into the wall they both go.
Well, that wasn't very nice of him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
It's already starting.
Look, we made it 2 laps before I gave you any puns. That's 2 laps further than we usually make it.
That is true.
That's true.
Yeah. I guess we'll take the small wins here. All right, we're going to lose our timing and scoring here for just a moment while I reboot it and see if we can get things back to normal here. There's Darren Ingram coming into the pits. There's our graphics back. We'll see if that fixes things for us here. Been a while since we've had a decent technical glitch like that, so I guess we were due, right?
It's also been a while since we had an opening lap, caution. Last couple of races, I think the last week and a half, I think these guys have been really good, those opening laps.
They have been. Yep.
All I remember is Darlington, and that was not the case.
Well, that's Darlington.
That's Darlington,
That's the
though.
end of the streak anyway. So
that is true. Let's see. We got Dallas's truck there. That looks good. All right. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, we got him back. We're good now. All right. Cool.
One to go when you get to the line.
All right. Looks like we are not going green this time, by.
Got one stop down the apron up here. Not going green.
Yeah, Darren Ingram was having radio issues, is what it sounds like. So he has gotten those resolved, and he is back on track. He wasn't quite caught up to the field, so that's why they held off on that.
He'd have made it. Just an IndyCar restart, right?
Oh, he would have had a flying restart. Take a look there. Michael Murata in the 62, and now we decided to zoom straight in on Dallas Fru's face.
You know, giving him some extra up-close camera time, you know?
Yeah. Dallas hasn't been in a few of the races recently, so I guess Dylan wanted to give him some TV time there.
And we're seeing the 01 truck of Matt Rod. It looks like Elvoos has left the building, and we're just back to normal Goose.
Just Goose. That's an incredible scheme, by the way. My goodness. We can take a look at this thing.
I don't think people realize how arduous it kind of is to make a parody scheme to make everything fit and work.
It does, yeah. That's an incredible scheme.
Oh, the USORL knows parody schemes very, very well.
It does, yes.
Back out.
Green flag. Here we go. Terrian leads them down, and they're going 6 wide through the dog leg.
Ooh.
They get back to 3.
Matt Rod running
Matt
a Steelman line down
way
there.
down there.
Way down there. Back there 4 wide coming off the dog leg and everything.
Oh, and they're wrecking, and around he goes.
I'm so sorry, Matt.
Caution. How you doing in there, kid?
Joey Chapman involved. Cam Barnes involved.
These drivers are going to start a petition to fire me from Fast 29.
No kidding.
Every single time. That's why I didn't pick any of our bubble drivers. There are so many good drivers to pick for the race tonight, but Shane's pretty much locked in, and he looks fast, so I'm sticking with him.
I'm going to take this curse.
Well, let's take.
I even cursed Justin Allgaier in the Notes race.
To just make contact with a 60.
So I'm going to drop back a little bit here, and we're going to see if we can see. The Matt's way down here on the apron.
Yeah, he's down on the Steelman line.
Yes, and he comes off the track. Chapman's getting loose. Wiggle wobble, and right into the right rear of the 01. Turns him around. Cam Barnes has nowhere to go. Noses it into the inside wall. That's definitely some left front toe link damage, I'm sure, on that 77. So let's see if I can drop back a little bit further here, and we can see. He's way down there, but I'm going to rewind it just a little bit here. We're going to do it on the fly, too, so just bear with me here. He is way...
Yeah, he cut that dog leg really low.
So what they were possibly saying... I mean, look how low he is down through there. Hey, I mean, he is way down there, all the way around turns 1 and 2 there. I didn't say it. I almost
started
said it.
to.
I did.
I mean, he escaped with the least amount of damage, though.
He did. So here's some radio traffic.
Matt Rod, that's a no-no. I waited until after all the...
And then that's when he wrecked.
I got loose middle of 3. It's on me. I'll take the yellow. It's fucking killed. Literally, as soon as it told me it was 3 wide, like my truck just got deathly loose, and I was just along for the ride.
Just for full clarity, that is a one and only warning of restart violation for the number 13 truck.
So they gave a restart warning to the 13 of Austin Spencer for moving before the start-finish line as well.
Yeah,
probably could have given it to a bunch of them on that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But you also heard there when Joey Chapman took the claim, that's another $1 in the jar. He called it turn 3 as well.
Yep. And nobody said a word.
Funny.
Field coming through
Green
3 and
flag.
4. Green flag back in the air at Phoenix. Let's see if we can get a few green flag laps under our belt here.
Shane with a good start there. Heads down to dog leg.
Look how orderly that restart was compared to the last one after that little talking to.
Yeah, it really looks like after these last 2 cautions on these starts, nobody wants to really chance it right now.
They don't want to get their hand slapped again by Darren.
They don't want to get goosed.
Nope.
Bronson and Dylan side by side. Bronson goes low on the dog leg, comes back up.
On board with Dylan Poteet, who's on the bubble right now in the points. Working on Matt Muir. That's for 3rd.
If you look inside the screen, gotta take a look and go. Let you guys know what's going on. Dylan right now is that 31 car holding the bubble position in 4th place. And struggling, trying to find a way to finish above the 01 of Matthew Rodriguez right now.
Merzlak and Rush almost made contact coming through the corner into the start-finish line there. Kept it clean, I think, but it certainly got tight there for a second.
Now Garrett Sidnor and Tyler Rush banging it around. They go
Ooh,
hard.
dang.
Contact.
Ooh.
Sidnor on his side. Spencer involved. Chapman. Murata. Wow.
Ingram and
Cameras
Denice
cut
also
that.
involved. We're gonna need a ruling from our flip counter. Zach Krastowski. Does that count? Does that go in the stat book?
Wow, that was a hard contact there off turn 2. I got it right.
Ooh.
Oh man, it's like Garrett hit the John wall off turn 2 there.
Yeah, he just drifts up on the Tyler and then
There's the
That's how
50
she
on the
rode.
bottom. I saw him making contact at the back of the screener. There's a tap there. There's another tap, and
Drifts
boom!
up.
Wow!
not fully clear and goes for a ride.
And then everybody trying to avoid him, and they all play bumper cars behind him.
Yeah, I was watching that the asphalt seam there, and I'm not sure what happened. I think one went up, one went down maybe, and they kind of got hooked together, and straight to the wall they went.
Here's a look from the blimp. This is coming into one. Garrett down on the apron. He slides up. Tyler's there. They make a little contact here. Now watch the seam. God. That kind of looks like Garrett coming up a little bit. Tovar sets him back down. Austin just spins it trying to miss him. Does a great job of that. Everybody else.
Rodriguez got a bit of damage in that as well.
He did. There's a look at Tyler Rush on the pit lane. Michael Murata leaving. Chapman, Rodriguez. Tyler Rush sitting there with a lot of damage.
Radio chatter out of that? I feel like we should have.
Oh, let's see what we got here.
I can't believe you two clowns. Tyler Rush, don't be a dickhead challenge.
Oh.
Rough out here.
Oh.
What am I supposed to do? He hit me first.
Well, there we go.
Well,
tell us how you really feel there. Yeah.
There are other options, but somebody certainly got goosed there.
You know, we still have 110 of this to go, guys.
Yeah. I mean, do you think the fact that it's the last chance to get in the championship is also playing a major factor in these consecutive cautions, guys doing moves they shouldn't really necessarily do?
It's been aggressive early as the green flag's back out. Let's see how they handle this one this time.
Yeah, it's been aggressive, but not from many of our Truck Series championship championship drivers. It's kind of everybody on the outside looking in.
Ooh, Henrietta Bordeaux back there almost caused a bit of an incident coming back on a dog leg. Everybody behind her splits around.
On board with Dallas Frew, looking to the outside of Terry, and this is the first battle for the lead we've had all night because we really haven't had much green flag running. But Terrian's going to cover the spot for now. Matt Muir looking low on Frew into turn one. Oh, Frew got loose off tip.
Should be a caution.
And yellow's out.
Yeah, that was right there.
Another incident.
Everything good?
So something happened back here. Let's see what we got. So the 3 wide here, and oh, turns Chapman into Krastowski. This on the back stretch. Kind of a halting start here, gentlemen. Here's another view of it here.
I mean, all these incidents really will play into the favor of guys like Shane and Dallas right now. You know, not having to pit at all. You know, Matt Muir right now, he's in third place, but he's in what, 6th place in the standings. He needs to somehow make some moves and somehow at least get a win to somehow point his way into the rest of the championship.
Well, guys, I think we might have a minute here. I left the booth. I left before I got kicked out. I'm standing out here in the infield care center, wondering if we have a minute to chat with Cam Barnes, if you guys are down.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring Cam up.
From the infield care center after the wreck on the backstretch, Cam Barnes.
Oh God, how's everybody?
It sounds like you're
How
hurt.
are
You
you?
okay? Sounds like you got your belt rung a little bit.
I'm fine. Just unexpectedly being really aggressive for no reason kind of wipes you out, you know? I know it was kind of 2 sides of a different thing that was happening there. 60 got loose, and then 01 decided he was going to run the bottom, and your spotter doesn't call out down there, so 60 also got spooked by him, and then there was all hell breaking loose from there. And fortunately, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they hit me just right and knocked the front suspension out of it. So,
Can you get back out there, or is it pretty well toast?
oh no, we're done.
Done.
Yep.
Hate to hear that.
Or
Fast 29 logo on the back bumper too. Kind of.
I know.
Kind of a bummer.
We were hoping for a good showing for sure. I'm normally not the fastest guy out here, but I normally put the runs together for sure. So yeah, it sucks when you got all these guys racing so hard, and a lot of these playoff guys even just making stupid mistakes and really messing up their races for everybody, and now causing this kind of calamity. I mean, 125 laps, and we're only 20 in, so it's gonna be a long night for everybody. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of it. They're ready to go back green here, so.
Yep, as they take green. Cam, thanks for joining us tonight. Wish you had better luck, but good luck on Thursday night at Bristol.
All right, thank you guys.
Cam Barnes, driver number 77, out tonight early after a wreck on the backstretch. As here's Dylan Poteet working on Dallas Frew. Yeah, he's getting freight train on the outside now as Dylan Poteet comes around the outside of him.
Yeah, like what Cam said, yeah, a lot of these, you know, playoff guys are guys trying to point their way in, kind of making a lot of silly mistakes. Saw the same thing right there with Tyler Rush and Garrett Sindor, you know, trying to make their way in. Garrett was also my pick for the race win tonight, so that's a compliment.
Yeah, you guys are 2 for 2 on that.
My pick is still leading for now.
Oh, that's right, you did pick Charian. That's right. I'm sorry. And mine's still up there in 7th, so we're okay. But it's, as Cam said, it's early.
Yeah, shame there for Cam. But on the bright side, Cam, you get to go back to the truck, have a beer, have an ice cream, and just watch the chaos.
And watch us on Fast 29. Yeah, exactly. riding on board with Matt Muir, 4th place. And now on board with the 2nd place driver, Dallas Frew. A little more orderly now. Got a little single file action. Just as I say that, here comes Poteet around the top on Frew.
Everybody running single file for the most part, giving Shane a chance to control the race.
Yeah, but all this chaos is shaking up our top 10. We've got Merzlak up to 5th, Tovar 6th, Ingram and Spencer, Denice, they all had issues. They're running 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Frew and Poteet continue to go at it here for 2nd. And we've seen Poteet do this before. Remember Martinsville? Got him into the next round of the playoffs back about 5-6 weeks ago.
Yeah, suddenly I'm not feeling so good about my Shane Train pick. But right now, Poteet is in. He's on the bubble, but he's in.
Yeah.
Those two are teammates, so you might see some Team Orders multi-21 come into play here later on in this race.
Well, right now they're both in, so...
Yeah, Shane's up 2 positions from where he started going into this race, you know. Blake is a position down, so is the 90 of Steven Merzlak.
Now, those 3 at the top, they just have wins. So they're just, the additional points that they have there is just calculated off of what they would have scored normally. So the top 3 are in via points, and then they just break down from them having the wins on top of that. So that the top 3, basically, they're just winning in, going on to the next round. Points won't really matter, except for 4th on down, unless you have a new winner. Which right now Terrian would be, but you're kind of looking below the bubble. One of those drivers down below that purple line, if they get to the lead, that'll be where it'll be a little bit more interesting.
So those 3 cars to look out for, or trucks to look out for, will be Dylan, Matt Merritt, and Matthew Rodriguez.
Well, our 4 below the cut line right now are the 06 of Fong Do, who's not here, so he's out. The 50 of Sidnor, who was flipping. The 72 of Matt Muir, who I'm not saying anything about, and the 01 of Matt Rod, who's also been caught up in some trouble tonight, so...
I believe Sidnor, I believe he is out. I was looking to see if he was getting any work done on his truck, but he is not.
Truck is parked. He's having an ice cream.
Yep. So we actually have, I believe, 4 trucks right now actually out, but we're not, they haven't left the track, so that's why they're still showing as being laps down. The 60, the 27, the 50, and the 77.
These multiple cautions, this is what, 4th caution we've had. You know, these leaders up front from, you know, all the way from 1st to 8th place, you know, haven't pit, well, 1st to 7th haven't pit. These tires are almost 32 laps old. Not a lot of, you know, wear on them. Could they possibly be able to extend this stint of tires and just go for fuel the next session, Jimmy?
Short answer is no. Long answer is, while we haven't had that much green flag running, so there's not a ton of wear on the tires, we've still had 4 or 5 heat cycles. Now, the tires haven't gotten super hot, given the stints have been pretty short, but we've still had these tires heat cycle multiple times. I think everybody's going to want to take 4 when they come in to top off on fuel.
You don't predict somebody trying to risk it, especially before we mentioned, well, yeah, the 3 we mentioned, fighting for that bubble spot, to actually just doing 2 tires to get out and gain position.
Oh, I could absolutely see the 01 of Matt Rod take 2. Maybe Matt Muir take 2. I mean, he's running 4th, but 4th doesn't get him to Vegas. So I could see either of those guys taking 2, but 38, 31, they're probably taking 4.
Now looking at who's pitted so far, the furthest one up in the standings that's pitted is Darren Ingram. He is currently 8th.
But did Darren get service when he pitted? He was having those radio issues earlier, so the crew
He's
may have
pitted
just taken away
twice.
with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's pitted
He took
twice.
tires, yeah.
He took 4 tires on lap 20. Or, I'm
Okay.
sorry, 20 laps to go, excuse me. Lap 15. I was going to say, I remember he did pit once for the radio, as you mentioned, but since he had 2, I assumed he came back in. 'Cause remember, he got caught up in that little bang around with when Garrett wrecked, when he got involved in the little bit of the skirmish behind there. Probably locked the tires up, came and got some new tires off of that, because he kind of slid it pretty hard there. This back end of the top 5 battle tightening up here. Poteet's starting to fall off a little bit off of Terrian. Terrian's up by 1.6 seconds over this battle you're looking at.
Ooh, Dylan looked a bit low right there. Well, Dallas looked a little bit low on Dylan. Matt trying to close that gap.
On board with Frew.
On the dog leg, side by side, all the way through with a 31.
Can't get Poteet there.
And the side by side battling though is helping Matt slowly cover that gap. 31 to the dog leg, comes back up.
Now this indicator down here for fuel is based off of 38 laps, but again, we had a lot of cautions, so obviously that can be skewed a little bit.
Yeah,
I believe they can get closer to 45 actually.
That's what I was thinking. 45 to 50 maybe, depends on how much fuel these drivers save while under yellow.
Yeah, we'll make it this, so that way it's a little bit more, whoops, not that. Let's make it this. There you go. We'll give him a little bit more fuel. We just gave him more. Didn't even come in, just gave him more.
It's like magic.
Yeah, look at that. Frew again, trying to get alongside Poteet. He's going to take to the inside of the dog leg.
Ooh. Comes up close, gets the pass though.
Now can he hold it through 1 and 2? See if Poteet can cross over. He's going to try it. Can't get it done. Frew cleared a second.
These 4 cars here, Dylan, Dallas, Matt, and Merzak battling it out right now for third through 5th place. It looks like.
Take a quick look at how Frew is in relation to the leader here. Remember, he was battling the Poteet for a while, so we'll let this kind of cycle through a lap or 2 here, and we'll see where he nets out. See if he's any faster on this lap. No, about 0.06 of a second off. He's pretty much even with the leader at this point, but just 2 seconds back.
Shane got that 2-second gap. He's having a wonderful time up front. Got that clean air, no worries.
Out there for a nice little Tuesday night drive out there.
And just behind these two, Merzak in the 90 is starting to show the nose on the 72 Matt Muir. I think he's about to give him the hurry up and move himself up into 4th position.
There's the 90.
Merzak's another one I can see taking 2 tires just to get another checkered flag. He's already locked in. Go out there, take some risks, see what happens, get a checkered flag maybe. But everybody else I think we're probably going to see mostly 4 throughout the field.
Yeah, I think those 3 right there, you know, like you said, they've already won. They've accumulated the points necessary to go to the next round. I think Merzak right now is just taking it easy, taking a nice relaxing race. Doesn't have to push the truck as much as the other guys around him right now would have to make their way in.
Well, you can see these guys starting to get a little tail happy off turn 2. Several trucks that time. I saw Poteet sideways, saw Muir sideways, saw Tovar sideways. These tires are starting to give up a little bit here, 45 laps in, getting close to this pit stop. Now, let's give a call real quick again to Ryan Tovar. there he is in the 23. He's up 9 spots. Didn't have a good qualifying run, but he's up here in 6th. Having another great showing.
88 Stafford, our first pitter, out of 7th position.
We're right on that window that you talked about, 45 to 50. Here we go. And Stafford's always one kind of known to pit early. He always kind of opens the pit window, yeah.
Yep.
Matt Muir is definitely holding Steven Merzlak up, but it looks like Merzlak might actually just kind of be riding right now. Like we said, he's locked in, Matt Muir isn't. So I'm sure Steven wants to get up there and battle for this top 3, but looks like right now he might be content as long as Matt Muir doesn't do something like that.
Well, you open the window, you open the door to the bottom. Oh, Muir catch the wall off too that time.
Well,
You open that door, it's
right
kind of hard not to try and take advantage of it.
I mean, he doesn't have to push it. He can relax. He's, got a top 5 right now. If it was, the championship round at Las Vegas, now I can see him. Okay, now you got to do something with it.
There's on board with Merzlak.
Ingram and Spencer are also in the pit lane now. Ingram was in, I believe, 8th place?
Yes.
7th place?
Yeah, pits from 8th place, yes.
Yeah, that 90 truck is driving really nicely on the bottom here through those 2 corners. Matt Muir likes that higher lane.
See them right there getting as close to the wall as possible.
I think I heard a little brush there too, coming into the corner. And now he takes a dive underneath Matt.
Big send from the 90 there.
So side by side, not clear though.
I think he's tired of riding a little bit there. He gets loose again off 2, but Merzlak can't take advantage. That outside line continues to work. Murata in that time, Spencer in.
It's time for Merzlak to come in. Come in, get your fresh tires, and you'll come out, cycle ahead of the 72. Then you can go battle Poteet in the 31, Frew in the 95, and maybe even get to Terry in the lead. Dallas Frew has actually cut Shane Terrian's lead down by 1/4 of a second. So 38 might be going away on handling a little bit, or he's just kind of chilling out.
It's a nice, Tuesday drive out in the Phoenix. Just, taking a nice relaxing drive.
Well, I'll tell you what, the 72, I'm seeing more of his door number coming off the corner than anything. That time it was pretty smooth, but man, that last time by, we were looking into his driver's side window off turn 2.
Yeah, that back end is getting sideways.
Look at it slide. Look at that 4-wheel slide there coming to the line.
Yeah, there is no relaxing drive at Phoenix Dale. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, that 38's probably got the best one right now.
Yeah, he's was it low cortisol right now?
Here's some fresh tires right here. Stafford working his way through. And there's the leader. Working his way around Krastowski. Put him a lap down.
These guys are on 54 old tires. The next person with the lowest amount right now out on the field right now are Blake and Matthew Rodriguez with 34 lap tires.
Poteet and Tova are in.
A little bit of a close call there with the lap car of Krastowski as Poteet was coming in.
Yes, definitely. We almost had some attenuator action there.
It was close. Here's some radio traffic.
Zach, I thought you were pitting. I didn't know what you were doing. I'm sorry if I just messed you up.
I was just trying to like it. Matt Muir, Steven Merzlak.
Yep, wholesale pit stops now.
Yeah, just those two. I
Everybody
thought I
headed
saw
in.
a third one go in.
Shane staying out, Dallas staying out. These pits are helping Matthew Rodriguez right now up to 4th place.
Terrian in the pits from the lead. Braden's Dallas Frew in behind him.
Treywick has not pitted yet and will not this time by.
Matt Rod also stayed out, it looks like.
Yep. The 01.
Those two might not pit for like around lap 70-ish, probably.
Yeah, they pitted on lap 19, so they could stay out a little bit longer than the leaders right now. There's Darren Ingram, first truck 1 lap down at the moment, once everything cycles through. He's behind Matthew Rodriguez. Of course, he's on fresh
Nothing
tires.
stops Goose, except for maybe some worn
Fresh
out tires there.
True.
Ooh.
Oh, we just cycled up
Yeah.
through here. It looks like I'm not for sure what our timing and scoring's doing here. We got
Dan
Ingram.
able to squeeze by.
Ingram should be a lap down. He just not for sure why he's still showing us 29 seconds back here, but we'll roll with
No,
it.
he pitted
He
early
he
with
pit early, yeah.
Stafford.
He did.
This might be accurate.
One screen I've got is showing that he's a lap down. Another screen showing that he's not. He just passed Matt Rod, so that's where I'm getting kind of confused where we're at here, because the leader is still in front of Ingram right there, the 56. There he is.
Ah, yep.
And now
Back
he
in the
comes
pits.
around the outside to unlap himself.
Yeah, Blake has about a second up on Matthew right now. But now Matthew's being hunted down by a lot of trucks with fresher tires.
I
Three
think
wide
now
behind him.
it just cycled around to where it should be now. It looks like Poteet comes low, he unlaps himself.
Ooh, almost had an incident right there.
Oh yeah, Matt Rod's got something going on with that 01 through the dog leg.
I think we've had some other trouble on that pit cycle. The 90 of Merzlak is showing 15th place 5 laps down. Not entirely sure what happened there, but not the pit stop he was looking for.
No. He had a minute 8 on the pit lane in the
I
box.
think he's out of the race right now.
He is out of the race. Maybe might see what happened to him.
Yeah. Matthew Rodriguez not having a fun time right there in 2nd place. Gap almost got to a 1.5 seconds right there between him and Blake.
You can definitely see what these new tires are doing here. As Muir comes around, he gets back on the lead lap. Tovar comes back around. Treywick to get back on the lead lap.
I mean, it's slightly odd because the initial gap between him and Blake was not a second at all. You know, at most it was 0.5. But there probably is a lot of damage on that car. He was involved in 2 incidents earlier in the race. Front end damage on one of them.
I heard from the driver of that 90, Steven Merzlak. He just decided, you know what, I'm locked in. Phoenix, you know, not really the best. I want an ice cream, and he took it behind the wall and parked it. Which,
Got it.
Fair enough.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
fair.
All right.
Well, he's relaxed. Like I got nothing to race for. My spot secure. You know.
Exactly. Here's a look at the leader versus 4th place Shane Terrian, the former leader. He is a second faster every lap here as he closes up on Stafford, who's also on fresher tires. We'll compare it to him. He's gaining 0.6 seconds a lap on the 88.
18 seconds between him and Blake, or 19 seconds.
Yeah, not surprised to see that gap coming down like that, given the discrepancy in the tires there.
Here comes Terrian looking low on Stafford.
Matthew Rodriguez did cut that gap that, you know, Blake initially made down to like half a lap. Well, half a second, actually. So it looks like Blake is now backing off a bit as Blake goes into pit lane.
Yep, Treywick's in. That hands the lead over to Matthew Rodriguez. There is the leader.
The goose is loose and he's in the lead.
You've been waiting all night to say that.
Just like I've been waiting all night to say laps 6, 7, and the goose is leading. Look at that.
My goodness.
6, 7.
Doug DeNice just behind, trying to get his lap back. That truck's probably a little bit damaged from the first lap incident. I guess it was a second lap incident.
Second lap, you know, 8th lap, you know, same.
All
same
the same.
thing.
All the same. He gets back on the lead lap.
Shane is really cutting down this lead from first place almost by a second a lap right now.
Here's a look.
I expect to see Matt Rod come into the pits here in the next lap or two, and he's probably watching the broadcast or at least listening, so maybe he'll stay out another 3 or 4 laps just to prove me wrong. But I think he's getting very, very close to the end of this cycle here.
Through 1 and 2, does he take a peek? No, he stays out one more.
Average time in pit lane is about 47 seconds.
Yep.
Time in the box is about 14.6.
4 tires and fuel gets you about 15 seconds, roughly.
Yeah, he's about a pit, you know, pit position between him and Shane. Most likely he's gonna come out that 3rd place position, most likely.
Back here around 4th place. Actually 3rd through 5th. Stafford, Poteet, and Frew.
I think Matt Rod's coming in this time. He's down there running the Steelman line again.
Yep, he's in.
There he is.
Doing exactly what I said. I said he'd pit in a lap or 2, and if he was listening, he'd make it 3 or 4, and he'd pit 3 laps after I said it. Thanks, Matt.
Wanted to prove you wrong. Fresh tires working for Blake Treywick there in the 56. He's got the fastest lap now, as Poteet clears Stafford for 3rd.
Yeah, he's got the fastest lap, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. He's 15 seconds off the lead right now.
Yeah, that gap is growing.
Frew clears Stafford for 3rd. Now Stafford's got a little bit older tires than those guys there, I believe. Let's take a look at that real quick. Oh yeah, 11 laps. I just can't remember the gap on them.
Guys, do you hear what I hear?
What do you hear?
I think you're about to hear a shout out, is what I'm guessing.
I hear Scott Pruitt saying hi to his family at home for tonight's Scott Pruitt, hi to my family at home, shout out of the race. Chris and Dale, you mentioned it pre-race, that 88 truck, usually the 61 week to week. Bronson Stafford lost his grandfather over the weekend. Our condolences go out to Bronson and his entire family. So tonight, we're giving you guys a shout out, making sure you know we're all thinking about you.
He's got his grandfather's name on the name rail as well. You know, sometimes Jamie has some silly shout outs for Scott Pruitt, hi to my family, but we always like it when we can honor those we've lost. And this one's a good one for you tonight.
Yeah, you know, we have fun here, but you know, we can be really serious when the time matters. Good job, Jamie.
I'll give you one every now and then.
About time.
Oh, big trouble there.
Poteet. He caught the
Loose.
wall there off turn 2. Frew took a little evasive action there, but no harm, no foul. Dylan just wanted our attention there just for a moment there coming down the backstretch. Hey,
So
I'm
you
here.
guys aren't talking about me, you know?
Now, just so you know, if every once in a while you might see that pop up there, that doesn't necessarily mean they're actually in the pits. That means they're cutting the dog leg and getting a little too low.
Yeah, for Phoenix, we're going to call that our dog leg indicator.
If they drop down there and the time doesn't change, that means they're way over here. So,
Yeah, I like that time there from Zach Krastowski. 0.3 of a second on pit lane with a 15-second pit stop. That is some magic.
Amazing.
I want to know what kind of pit crew he's got. 'cause
absolutely unbelievable. No kidding. It's still the best battle on the track. These two still going at it here, Poteet and Frew.
Yep.
Let's see where everybody cycles out here with the points after that pit cycle. Pretty much where they were.
Dog leg move puts him side by side. He gets to pass. Can he hold on to it?
He does. Clears Poteet off turn 2. Move Frew to second.
Then it was on his bumper right there heading into that corner. Had to lift off a bit, get a bit of a gap.
Austin Spencer in with a legit pit stop.
I mean, his tires were kind of fresh. 29 lap tires.
Frew in the wall on corner entry there, just trying to extend that arc ever so slightly too much.
So these tires are able to do about, what, 56 laps like we just saw a while ago from all of these leaders?
They can, but do you want to? Is the
Do you want
question.
to?
I
Yeah,
sure
that's the
would.
question.
No. So let's take a look real quick at the last pit stops of the top 10. Everybody took 4 tires, obviously. Matt Rod with the best tires of the top 10.
That
So-
might backfire a bit.
You've got 43 coming to 44 laps to go here. You've got to do one more stop, but Treywick and Matthew Rodriguez, if there's no yellows, that's going to be possibly pretty good for those two. Because you saw how far they could go. They can make it from here.
I mean, I think the leaders earlier, you know, they had that advantage because we had so many cautions early. You know, if those two don't have those cautions, they're kind of SOL at the moment. Even though
It's a
Jamie
cool
mentioned,
strategy from Treywick and Matt Rod, but I like it. Matt Rod's got to do something. Treywick's pretty safe, or he won last week, so he's safe. Period.
He's in.
So you
Yep.
might as well.
Yep.
I mean, you did mention those multiple heat cycles of the tires getting worn, but also they got to cool off for like almost 4 laps each consecutive time to conserve them. So if I'm you know, especially Matthew Rodriguez trying to make it into the championship round, I'm praying that these guys get like at least 2 more incidents for me to conserve these tires just a little bit more.
My question is, how far is the gap between Matthew Rodriguez and Dylan Poteet point-wise right now? Because if they do another pit cycle and Matthew Rodriguez cycles to second, I don't think he can get ahead of Treywick because they're about 5 seconds apart. But is that enough points to overtake Poteet for 4th based on points? Because you also got to remember, Terrian will fall back because he won't have the win. Treywick will, potentially, just thinking ahead. if this cycles through. So where does that all shake out with the points? There was about a 4-point gap between the two coming in. Is that going to be enough? Questions to be answered.
TBD.
Yes.
For sure, TBD.
Little drama here late.
Drama, drama, drama.
Drama, drama, drama.
Let's.
I think Bronson Stafford has been back to the pits. He's now showing 12, so a lap down.
Yes,
Sure what
he's
happened there.
he's
Okay.
coming out of the pits now.
He's
yes.
coming in. Yep.
Gotcha. I missed that pop up.
Yeah, the ticker reset, so that's why we lost everything there for a moment. Treywick is in.
I don't hate that.
I don't.
That's not what I was expecting, though.
It's not, but I don't hate it. I think this could work out for him.
Here's Stafford, trying to make up some time now with fresh tires.
And you know, even if this doesn't work out for Treywick, he's going to get valuable data for next week at Vegas when he's racing
Yeah.
for a championship.
I think how much do you think that'll help him though? The track layout kind of isn't the same. You know, the air and the temperature might probably be the same, but how big an impact do you think it'll have? Does that do a dog leg? It's more of a traditional track.
I think it's more on the off sequence and fresh tires versus old tires and undercut versus overcut strategy here. We've seen Shane Terrian do the overcut multiple times and it's worked out. Now we're seeing Treywick do more of an undercut and kind of get even more off sequence if he could, which he has now, from everybody else that he's racing with. And if it works and he gets a couple more spots that it didn't look like he was going to get, then that's good information to have, even though Vegas is a completely different track. If it fails and blows up in his face, that's also good to know. You know, that'll tell him, hey, maybe I don't want to go so off strategy. Maybe I want to stay closer to the sequence that the leaders are on, which, of course, at Vegas, we expect Treywick to be a leader. Shane Terrian in the pits now.
The Terrian's in. That hands the lead to Poteet. Frew
So
has been in.
I think you were asking the point difference between at least Dylan, Dallas, and Matthew, Chris?
Yes.
The point difference between the three of those guys was going into this race with 3 points. Dylan came into this round with 803, Dallas with 801, and Matthew with 800.
So it's closer than I thought between those three. So yeah,
Poteet makes his pit stop now.
Everything's gonna. Yeah, this pit cycle could determine who's going to Las Vegas right here.
Rodriguez stays out.
I think Matt Rod's going. I think he's going to go for it.
I think he has to go for it.
He has no choice now.
Yep. Live points. Look at it. Look at how it's cycled now.
Hey, didn't expect to see Shane Terrian on the bubble with how many points he had coming into this race.
That's
look
true.
At that.
Yep. Now Matt Muir is leading now. Now he's behind Treywick because of the number of points that he's got, but Matt Muir, right now, as they sit, he's in.
He's in.
The question is, does he have enough tires to go?
He needs to maintain that position. He came into this race with 792 points.
Him and Matt Rod are the only two trucks on the lead lap right now. Here comes Terrian to get his lap back. Stafford behind him. You're on board with Stafford. Going around the leader mirror.
Right now is a caution before too many of these fast guys unlap themselves.
Right.
Matt goes into the pits.
Matt Muir in. So that's going to cycle everything back around here. Let's see where it shakes out. Oh! That Poteet caught the wall there off 2.
So.
Matt's in. Rodriguez inherits the lead.
Looks like that gives Old Goose a 22-second lead with 30 to go. I'm sorry, Matt, but I don't like those odds.
There's the Goose.
I mean, if anybody can, you know, close down that gap, it would probably be Shane, though.
All right, let's wait until the cycle's back around. Matt Muir's in the pits. Let's wait until we cross the line here, and we'll see what kind of gap we have.
Taking a second out of him.
There we go. Yep. Gaining 89 hundredths of a second a lap. Catch in 24 laps, if it all stays the same.
I think it's going to be sooner than that.
23 laps. We haven't even completed a lap. 22 laps.
Yeah, he took another second out on this lap alone. Shane's coming.
See what this lap right here does. Still waiting for it to complete. Shane's still quite a distance back. About a half a lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Matt Rod's not at the line yet. And
there we go.
Terrian's already taken a second out.
1.07.
17 seconds gap.
Yeah, I think Terrian took out 1.1 seconds on that lap. He's down to 18.5 seconds back already.
Now what Matthew Rodriguez, I'm sure is hoping for now, besides a caution, is maybe Terrian's tires will heat up too much when he's trying to catch up, and they'll equal out a little bit, obviously not nearly to his degree, but enough to where he won't close up as much, and he'll start maintaining an interval perhaps. Because I mean, you still got 17, 18 laps worth of racing to get up to you. Could happen.
Yeah, Matt he's got to use a lot of that rubber right now. Only got 25 laps to go.
Woo! Tovar Muir coming low on Rodriguez here.
Yeah, I'm sure at this point Matt Rod would be happy to see a wreck for last, as long as it's not in front of him or
next to him. Yeah.
Yeah, next to him. Yeah.
Ingram getting a lap back here in the one. Give a call back to that 13 of Austin Spencer. He's back up to 8th after the incident early. Here's on board Matthew Rodriguez. He was out of the throttle a lot. Yeah, the 26. Henrietta Bordeaux sitting in 11th. She's right behind the leader here.
Ebbing and flowing, staying consistent right there in that near top 10 spot the whole race.
Here's Tovar underneath Spencer for 8th. This is in front of the leader. Ingram back there as well, trying to close up. Make us a 3-truck battle for the 8th spot. And there's the leader just behind.
Just trying to keep that truck clean, make it safely through.
So Tovar alongside Spencer there. Looked like both of them were kind of getting a little loose there through 1 and 2.
Gap is now down to almost 10 seconds.
I got 12.8 this time.
I think Tovar got squirrely there on corner exit.
Sure did. Let's take a look again at the gap. Still gaining by 1.1 seconds. He had a couple of them that were a second and a half.
Yeah, that 38 is zooming.
There he is.
He's on another level right now tonight. Kind of like the same thing Alan Elwood did last week in Cup. You know, fastest lap, pole, led the most laps, won the race.
Here's a look at where they are on track. Let's show you first and second here. The 01 up here, the 38 back here. There you can see the gap.
Yeah, he's got it down to 10 seconds now.
Basically just a straightaway between them. He's really trying to watch them. Matthew's really trying to massage these tires as much as he can. He doesn't want to overdrive them so he can have just a little bit left, to try and defend himself against this run Shane is on right now.
And again, we don't know where we're at as far as points goes, but I believe Poteet is far enough up that I don't believe points is going to be a factor. If Matthew Rodriguez loses the lead and falls back to second, I don't think he can point his way in with where Poteet is.
Yeah, the gap between them was just a point.
They may end up tied. It's going to be close. Coming to 18 laps to go for Matthew Rodriguez, holding a 7-second lead over Shane Terrian, but it's shrinking rapidly.
The saxophones are getting louder.
I like it. He's going for it. He had to do something. He's doing it. Love to see it.
He's got to gamble tonight so he can gamble next week.
Ooh, Tovar. Ingram getting close to the dog leg.
Yeah, hopefully John provides us all with some money next week to go lose in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm trying to hit them slots.
So glad you pronounced that properly.
The slots? What were you expecting?
Jamie got it.
That's past 29
That's right. That's right. Fast 29 on the strip.
As long as the company jet is fueled up and ready to go, Chris, I'm ready.
Tovar and Ingram continue to go out in here for 8th.
Ingram's putting the pressure on Tovar here. He's ready to go. I think Tovar is loose on corner exit. Ingram looks to the inside.
I was going to say, four-wheel slide there is... Oh, they're
having a good time. Ooh.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. Tovar sliding off turn 4 to the line. Ingram down on the dog leg.
Looked like Ingram tapped the wall a bit on the inside.
Meanwhile, up front,
what now?
Here's a second.
It's down to less than a second and a half. There's Terrian. He caught him quick.
Yeah, he's taking more than a second out of lap.
He had a 2-second lap gain one time. He is coming in that 38.
He is hunting.
No, he's here.
Yes.
You can turn off the Jaws music because Jaws is here.
Oh no, now it's that that Pokemon death music. When your Pokemon about to faint. Blitter, blitter, blitter. That's going off right now. In his ears right now.
Here comes Terrian looking low. He's not going to wait around. Here he comes to the inside.
Full throttle on the inside. He's going to take that dog leg once he gets a chance to get by him.
I think he's going to get him right here. Up. Couldn't. He accelerates off, and Terrian takes the lead, and that puts Matt Rod on the bubble right now.
Right at the apex of the corner.
And he is 5.5 seconds up on Dallas Frew.
He cannot lose any more spots.
This is it.
Yeah, I wonder if we can get the distance tracker between Rodriguez and Frew here. See maybe if Matt Rod can hold on to this.
There it is. He's catching him
5
too.
Seconds. Yep.
I tried, Matt.
that tire advantage is coming into play right now.
Dallas at the line now. He only gained 0.3 that time though. He's still gaining, but not as much. He's not as well. You can see he's not as consistent. Look him falling way off here on these last 5 laps.
It's the same thing Matthew was doing in that earlier stints, before going to the pit compared to everybody else. He wasn't as competitive as he should be on those tires. His tires were older, but he just kept falling behind Blake. And Blake essentially had the same age tires. It just when the tires hit a certain point, Matthew cannot get any more out of it. Like, it literally just falls off a cliff, and he can't do anything with it.
Yep, and that's what I'm sure Matt Rod was hoping would happen with Terrian when he was catching him, but unfortunately did not happen. But he hasn't really driven away as quickly as we thought he would.
1.5 seconds up.
So
Dallas-
the only question I have is how many points are here? I can't see that right now. So I'm wondering where we're sitting with that right now.
I think if Matt Rod loses the spot to Fru, that he will be out.
He's out.
And it'll put Poteet on the bubble.
Drama late here at Phoenix. 9 laps to go. Shane Terrian, your leader. Matthew Rodriguez sitting in second with a championship berth on the line. Old tires. He pitted 45 laps ago. Can he hang on?
Well, he certainly ran it backward like a road course race.
Sure
Did it
did.
as soon as he could to make it to the end.
And Fru is still closing the gap by about a half a second a lap.
That gap is dropping, yeah.
But
Going into this
catching
was,
6 laps, passing 8. That's the question.
yeah.
My
Matthew
goodness.
can't lose any more points. Like the difference between the two of them was just 1 point going into here.
Is it going to be enough? 7 laps to go. There's your leader.
Gap's down to 2.2.
Fru is closing.
1 car between the two of them.
They do have Michael Murata in between them. Man, if you're the driver of that 01 right now, you are sweating bullets right now.
And he needs to get on the mic, make a deal with that 62 right now and say, block the Fed for me. I'll do anything.
They are manufacturer teammates, and that 95 is a Chevy, so maybe there's something there.
Well, Matt Rod is a Ram.
Is a Ram.
So is Murata.
Is he? I thought he was a Chevy.
Yep.
Is he a Ram? Oh, he is. You're right.
He's a Ram, yeah.
It's throwing me off having that real tree machine. It's throwing me off. 5 to go.
I don't know which Matt Rod wants more, to make it to Vegas or to just come up and get an interview in the booth.
I think he wants to make it to Vegas.
Fru is closing. There he is.
5 to go. 1 second between the two of them.
Oh,
Murata goes way high. Gets out of the way. Good call there, Mikey.
Fair play to him.
Mikey!
4 laps to go. Oh,
Ooh.
Fru catches the wall going into 1.
Yeah, just trying to get all the arc he can in there.
Matthew just wants to hit the wall a couple more times, slow him down a bit.
All right. This position matters. Fru.
Hey, and this pass needs to be clean because Matt Muir's right there behind him as well.
Fru through. He's still on the bubble. He has 1 more point in him, but the next spot back is Poteet.
And he's only a second back.
There he is. He's right here.
This might be it.
My goodness, guys, this is getting good. And he's been closing the gap on Rodriguez by about a second a lap.
Yeah, we're gonna have an AJ Allmendinger finish here.
This was
Two
his
to go.
concern. He's less concerned about Dallas getting by him. The concern is getting Dylan by him.
Here's Poteet.
Forces him to go way low.
He clears him.
The 01 might be low on fuel. He really backed out of there coming on corner exit.
That 01's still there on the bubble though, at that position though, because they are tied right now.
And Stafford's right behind now as well as the white flag comes out for Shane Terrian. 1 more lap here at Phoenix.
I think if Stafford gets by Matthew right now, that's it. His chances are over.
There's that gap there. Back on the leader. Shane Terrian comes off turn 2 down the backstretch for the final time. Into 3 and 4. 5 seconds up on Dallas Fru. Shane Terrian. Whoa, with almost contact with that.
No.
Austin Spencer at the line. Meanwhile, back here, Stafford cannot catch Rodriguez.
Doesn't have it. Rodriguez might make his way in.
Spencer had an issue coming off the final corner. He was up against the outside wall, and everybody avoids him. Spencer just came on the radio, said he's not sure exactly what happened there. But
Matthew
Shane Terrian
Rodriguez.
is your winner, and we unofficially have Matthew Rodriguez in on points.
Shane, we did it.
Take a bow, Matthew Rodriguez, though. Involved in multiple incidents, decide to risk it with almost 60 lap old tires, both stints. Fought your way in, my boy.
Wow. What a finish here at Phoenix for the point. Not so much for the win tonight, but to get a championship berth to Vegas. Wow. Dylan Poteet's Cinderella story came up short. He was in the entire round here and falls out right here.
Yeah, if Bronson or Matt were able to close the gap a bit, particularly Bronson, you know, at least take one position off of him, that would have been probably like five or 4 points away from him. Could have opportunity for the win. Well, not the win, but for the playoffs position.
Yep. Unofficially, here's your finishing order. Shane Terrian, Dallas Frew, Dylan Poteet, your top 3. Matthew Rodriguez hangs on to 4th with a brilliant strategy. Bronson Stafford 5th. Matt Muir, Blake Trawick, Ryan Tovar, Doug Denice, and Darren Ingram, your top 10.
It's not just that. He started the race 10th place as well. So one of the highest gears tonight as well.
Wow. All right. Well, we're going to hand it over to you guys for our interviews tonight. Yeah, when everybody's ready. I guess we're not ready yet. I always jump the gun on that.
I mean, we do have the Dylan ready to go.
Oh, he's third.
Let's see if we can get him. He's 3rd place. You know.
Let's go and throw him in here.
Hey, Dylan, it's the boot. You got a copy?
I do. How are you guys?
Hey, that finish right there between you and Matthew right there, trying to make your way in. Like right now, it says you got a tie right now, but he takes that spot on the bubble. You know, how are you feeling right now? You just waiting for the final results. I'm getting to see who can race the championship next week.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I thought I had to be 3 spots ahead of him essentially to just have the tiebreaker, but he stretched it way further than I thought he could, and I knew Dallas getting ahead of me was probably going to end up being the difference maker, and I couldn't get him back, but I drove a little bit over my head there on that last run. I kind of drove Bronson pretty dirty, and I already apologized to him, but I just told him, like, hey, I think I had needed every spot I could get because it was looking like he was going to make it, and he did, so probably one of the more disappointing thirds I've ever had, but just at least to say the back half of the season was a complete turnaround from the first half, and I mean, just glad to have the opportunity at one of my better tracks. I'm not sure why I'm good here, but Phoenix seems to always be a good track for me, but I didn't have anything for Shane. He was in his own zip code today, and just he, Dallas, and myself were kind of the top 3 most of the race, and I guess that's why we finished that way. But all in all, it was a good race, been a good season. Really was thinking the only way I could probably honestly do this was to win with that situation, but just I guess it was meant to be. I'm happy for Matt, happy for Shane. They made it in, teammates, so there's a 50% chance that Hello Monkey can win the championship going into Vegas next week. So yeah, it's hated for me and Mir, and we tried, and we'll be rooting them on next week.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yeah, that gap between the 3 of you was almost like 3 points. It was a close battle between you and Dallas and Matt almost the whole night based on that one bubble spot remaining.
Right. Yeah. I was pretty mindful where Matt Rod was all race, and I knew he had a lot of issues earlier, but I know Matt pretty well, and I knew he was going to try to do some strategy to kind of turn around. And one of those last yellows, he pitted and got a little bit of a chance to make it a one-stop, and ended up fooling everybody and was able to make it. So I mean, like, hats off to him on the strategy. I just didn't know if he could keep the pace while also saving that much, but he was able to. It took me till 2 to go to pass him, and unfortunately, like I said, we just didn't have enough people behind us. I think Bronson was like right there, but there was so many gaps back. He would have had to have like either ran out or just fell off a cliff trying to save gas. So I thought he was pretty much in good shape with about 5 to go. But all in all, it was a good race still to get a 3rd, and yeah, In a day for sure. But it's really happy with the Mopar truck though. It's been a good back half season, like I said. Just yeah, just need a little bit more, I guess. That's all I really could do. Just drove my ass off is all I could say.
You definitely did, and definitely gave us a show tonight. Just came up a couple spots short of coming into the championship, but as you said, great second half, and look forward to seeing how you do next week at Vegas. Chase one more checker flag this season. Congratulations on the third tonight, though.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys there.
All right, Dylan Poteet, driver number 31, comes up short in the championship, but comes home P3 here tonight.
Dallas, it's the booth. You got a copy, bud.
I gotcha.
Playing spoiler a little bit, coming home P2. How's it feel?
Man, I was listening to the broadcast during the race, and I hated being part of that decider, but it doesn't seem like I affected it too much, I hope, so.
No, there was basically 1 or 2 points floating around out there. So you were there, but hey, you're racing for a win too. So we're not faulting you at all. So don't worry about that. But it made it very, very interesting. But tell us about that run tonight in that deck Chevy.
Yeah, after we got through all those cautions to start, Dylan was definitely faster than me at the start of the run, and I just didn't feel like it was worth fighting, so I just let him go. And then as the tires would wear, I don't know if I was managing him better or anything, but I would start to creep up on him and then just be able to get by. And Shane, I don't know why I even race him. He's just way ahead of us every race. So I'm happy to be in second there. I'm very happy with this.
Well, congratulations on the P2. I know you wanted to potentially run for a championship, got knocked out unfortunately in the first round with some. You missed a race, didn't you, at the very beginning of the playoffs, or going into it or something?
Yeah, scheduling changed. I missed the last race in the first round.
That's what it was. Yeah, and you were on the bubble there. So, but you gonna be able to make Vegas next week? Try and run for one more checker flag?
I do not believe so, unfortunately.
Oh.
I think this is my last one for the truck series at least, but I'll be running in Cup as my schedule allows now.
Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you there. We'll be off this Thursday, but we'll catch you next Thursday then. So congratulations on the P2 though tonight. Strong run. Congratulations on that. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Dallas Frew, driver number 95 Deck Chevy, brings it home P2 tonight. And let's see, how's Victory Lane looking down there, Dale?
I don't know, Shane, can you hear us with all that noise going on?
I got you guys.
Hey, you raced your way in, man. You're already pretty good on points, but you kind of put an exclamation point on this one tonight. Tell us about that Navy truck tonight.
She was ripping.
No kidding.
I almost didn't make the race, man. I was struggling with like a headache, nausea, and just tired. Took like a 30-minute nap, so I was late to practice. And I didn't even know what to think. I just ran a fast lap and then parked it and didn't really run any practice. It just kind of just prepared mentally for it. I'm still exhausted, but yeah, I haven't been good at this track in so long, so I actually get to see what Victory Lane looks like here.
It's loud. We can hear it. That's great.
It's very loud.
Yes. But I will say this, though. The best medicine sometimes is a good handling truck, even if it's on a sim. So there you go. Glad you were able to show up tonight. That's great. How do you feel about your chances going for the championship next week?
Feel pretty good. I don't want to knock the other two, but I think really the only one I'm worried about is Blake. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be pit strategy and who can manage the dirty air. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, congratulations on the win tonight. Enjoy it. Get you some rest. I know you're not feeling the greatest, but congratulations on the win tonight, and we will see how things shake out next week at Vegas.
Thank you, guys.
Shane Terrian is your winner tonight in the number 38 Navy Ram. All right, guys. Well, let's take a look at the unofficial final standings going into Vegas. Once we find where that went, you know how things are here sometimes. Too many buttons, too little time. All right, this is the unofficial standings after tonight. Shane Terrian takes the top spot. We'll see how, obviously the seeding doesn't matter going into next week. It's just whoever finishes top of the top 4 next week. So Shane Terrian, Blake Trawick, Steven Merzlak, and Matthew Rodriguez in by 2 points over Dylan Poteet. He had 2 more spots that he could have given up, and he would have still been okay, or at least in a tie. Matt Muir, Garrett Sidnor, Huang Do round out the rest of that round, and then Doug Denice and Bronson Stafford, unfortunately, out earlier in this playoff. So It's going to be a heck of a battle next week at Las Vegas. All 4 of those guys, strong contenders to not only win the championship, but to win the race as well next week. What do you think, guys? Dale, we'll start with you.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a tough battle like we've seen the last couple weeks. So Shane is on another level right now. Dylan, sadly couldn't make it, but Dylan was always competitive. Blake, is always out there for a surprise. So he's that wild card in the group. Of course, Steven said, "I'm already in. I can take a break. I don't have to worry my brain to try to race my way, and I'm okay." And then, of course, the performance, of Matthew being able, very adaptable to what's happening around him. Say, "You know what? I'm going to take this risk and go for it." Those 4 is going to be an amazing championship race.
Jamie, your final thoughts?
Yeah, these drivers certainly proved tonight that the trucks may be fake, but the racing is real. We saw these guys getting after it, getting off sequence, trying some crazy strategies, specifically Matthew Rodriguez with that road course strategy. He said post-race he was only good on fuel to lap 121, so I think that explains some of the 2-second gaps that were cut down on there. But yeah, we had a good race. I expect to see these championship 4 all in the first 2 rows starting the race next week at Vegas. And guys, I already have my pick locked and ready to go.
I think we all might have our picks locked and ready to go.
It's going to be a barn burner next week. Do not miss next week at Las Vegas. It is going to be a show between these 4 drivers. Let's take a look at what's coming up over the next 2 weeks. Next week, again, it's not working, unfortunately, but next week, 9:10 Eastern, Las Vegas Truck Series. It's going to be a show, so definitely tune in for that one next week. Go ahead and get your likes, get your notifications, get your subscriptions in. You'll want to see that one next week with the way these drivers have been racing. Wow, what a finish here tonight at Phoenix. Great stuff tonight. Congratulations again to Shane Terrian on the win. Congratulations to Steven Merzlak, Blake Trawick, and Matthew Rodriguez for getting into the championship 4. We'll see how it shakes out next week. So for Dale Barham, Jamie Zalecki, I'm Chris Pickett. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight on Fast 29. God bless you guys. We will see you next week.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.